Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech, and OnePlus have been teasing their next phone recently, and that got me thinking about what I'd expect from OnePlus's new flagship, and I decided to shoot this video sharing my expectations with you guys. So here we go, the OnePlus 5, my expectations. Let's get started. So for those who don't know, 4 is considered unlucky in China. So many brands skip that number. Some don't. Xiaomi did a Mi 4, Meizu did a MX4, MX4 Pro, but others including Lenovo have skipped that. Now wait a minute, didn't Lenovo launch a K4 Note? Not really. The K4 Note was an India exclusive. In China, it was sold as the Vibe X3 Lite. Haven't you ever wondered why the K4 Note looks totally different from other K-series phones? Why it looks so similar to the Vibe X3? Let me know if this tidbit of information is something you already knew in the comments below. So anyway, coming back to the OnePlus 5, rumors indicate OnePlus to be skipping the number 4. Maybe they're as superstitious as some people we know. Hence, OnePlus 5. Now, logically, OnePlus have always come out with the latest chip, so I'm gonna guess at the heart of it all, we're gonna have Snapdragon 835, and that's almost a certainty given that the 821 is present on the OnePlus 3T, and it makes no sense for OnePlus to reuse that chip. Now, RAM. That's a little less clear. Some leaks indicate to 6 gigs, some to 8. I personally expect them to go with 8 GB. The Zenfone AR was announced a while back with 8 gigs of RAM. So it is definitely doable, the window of launch. Yes, they could do it. And yes, it's not gonna make a huge difference in usage, but 6 gigs of RAM on the OnePlus 3 is what got OnePlus an insane amount of coverage. Being one of the first phones to do it means a lot of websites, a lot of YouTubers reported on it. We made videos about it and stuff. So maybe 8 gigs here could give them a similar kind of exposure. And for a brand that doesn't advertise much, I mean, recently they have been, but compared to someone like Samsung or even Oppo and Vivo, they don't really advertise a lot. So it could make sense for OnePlus. As far as storage is concerned, I expect them to keep it at the same 64, 128 or go 128 only, or maybe 6 plus 64 and 8 plus 128. That could push a lot more people to buy the more expensive model. At the same time, the base variant wouldn't really be crippled either. As far as micro SD goes, I don't see OnePlus providing support for micro SD. They did with the OnePlus X, but with their flagship OnePlus 1, 2 and 3, 3T, they haven't. And it's not like people's expectations for micro SD has grown higher in recent years. It's always been the same way. The end users want micro SD, and OnePlus haven't been providing that on their flagship. So I don't think that would change, sad as it might be. As far as cameras go, rumors are strong on the possibility of a dual camera setup, given that this is something most Chinese brands are doing today, and something that a tier 1 brand like Samsung hasn't implemented on their flagship for the year S8, S8 Plus. So this might be another great option for OnePlus to capitalize on. So makes sense. I'd love to see larger sensors with a wider aperture than more megapixels, because there are 2 rumors going around, 16 megapixels and 23. There's just too many megapixels being crammed into a small sensor, no matter how huge a sensor they throw in. So I would prefer if it were 16, 13, 16, that would work. And this is something I believe OnePlus seems to understand. The 3T had one of the most underrated cameras of last year. If you see my comparison of the OnePlus 3T with the Google Pixel XL, the camera on them, the 3T held its own, even did better than the Pixel XL at times. If you disagree, check out MKBHD's blind test if you haven't already, and be prepared to be surprised. Anyway, as far as display goes, with LG and Samsung gravitating towards longer displays, the 18.5:9 aspect ratios, one might expect OnePlus to do the same, but OnePlus hasn't been high on aping market leaders with regards to display tech, at least. Yes, they did go with AMOLED for their OnePlus 3 and 3T, and I expect them to stick to it. But these displays with almost no bezels are expensive. And I love them, but when it's all said and done, they are more luxury when compared to something like the CPU inside. So I expect OnePlus to stick with the regular 16:9 display with a front fingerprint scanner. A similar build to what we've seen with the OnePlus 3 and 3T. The resolution though, this is where I expect them to change, probably go Quad HD this time. Guys, when the OnePlus 2 came out, tier 1 brands like Samsung were already using Quad HD on their flagships. When the 3 and the 3T came out, even some Chinese brands were using Quad HD. Yeah, Xiaomi still went with Full HD for the Mi 6, but Full HD is more justifiable on a phone with a 5.15-inch display. But given that OnePlus phones, the flagships, generally have 5.5-inch displays, I don't see OnePlus pushing the Full HD, the Full HD resolution for another year. They might have to go Quad HD this time. Given that Snapdragon 835 has enough horsepower to handle it, might not be that huge a problem. Again, given that 835 is built on the 10nm manufacturing process, it could offset some of the battery drain. So it would drive up prices a bit, but given that almost all flagships, barring Apple of course, are using Quad HD now, I expect OnePlus to follow suit. Anyway, talking about the battery consumption, we are hearing rumors. We initially heard rumors of a 4000 mAh battery. I didn't really buy it because OnePlus haven't always gone ahead and crammed the biggest battery possible. The OnePlus 1, OnePlus 2, OnePlus 3, the 3T, as much as I love it, the battery life isn't out of the world. Yes, dash charge makes sure that it, you can charge it real fast, but the battery life is good. It isn't exemplary. It's not something like you'd see on a Redmi Note 4 or a Lenovo P2. Yeah, apples to oranges, I get that. So I don't really see OnePlus going with the 4000 mAh battery. The latest round of rumors as well indicate to a 3600 mAh battery, and that sounds realistic. So I expect them to go with a 3600 mAh battery here. And they're not going to go any thinner or any lower, because I feel that's again something they understood when they went from the 3 to the 3T. And with a 3600 mAh battery, they should still be able to go with a sleek enough device. It doesn't have to really get thick. Of course, other OnePlus regulars like the latest version of Android with Oxygen OS, the stockist Oxygen OS on top, the alert slider, and like I said, dash charge, these are things I expect to return. Now, talking about OnePlus regulars, one more thing that's been a OnePlus regular is the price increase every year. Going by that trend, I'd expect the OnePlus 5 to be priced at around the 32,500 rupee to 35,000 rupee mark in India and around $520 globally. And even at that price, it should be a competitive offering. Most people who talk about OnePlus hiking prices conveniently forget how even the flagships from other brands have had a price increase over the years. If you look at India, 2 years back, the Galaxy S6 launched at 49,000 rupees, and this time around the Galaxy S8 launched at 58,000 rupees. So that's like 8,000 rupees there. So if you look at it like, a proportional increase, probably I could still live with that at 32,500. If they could get it delivered this, it would still be awesome. So anyway guys, that's it for my expectations from OnePlus with the OnePlus 5. What are yours? Do you think there's anything I didn't address? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. I love reading the comments, so go ahead, leave a comment. I'll wait. I know I've done this bit in the past. It doesn't get old. You think it gets old? Again, let me know in the comments. So anyway guys, that's it for this quick video. Vote it down if you hated it, but if you did like it, go ahead, give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. If you have already subscribed, hit that bell icon to make sure you get notified each time a new video goes live here on C4eTech. And that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, this here's Ash. You've been watching C4eTech, and I'm leaving for the moment. I'm signing off. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye now.